to a new video. I'm using the mic minis that Pablo let me borrow. So you guys let me know if y'all can hear a big difference between the DJI mic minis or the newer Pro models that I use. Honestly, I still think that if you're just recording off a regular camera or smartphone, these are probably still your best bang for buck. These are like 80, 90 bucks. The DJI minis, I think, for the full case and kit, it's like 170. So, I don't know. This is gonna be my first time using them in gym. So, I did have to adjust the gain to +6, right? Just because I didn't want to have to be like mega projecting into the camera the whole day. I might adjust it down like once I start training, just because I don't want my breathing to sound like super obnoxious. Today's introduction is just pretty much going to be recorded while I get my rack ready for me to squat, because I do have to lift with some urgency today. I have a Best Buy appointment at 2 to go pick up the A7 IV. So yeah, finally, right? It's been like almost 3 weeks. Got the AKATSUKI Aero Lux SBD sleeves, wrist wraps, and belt. It's pretty much all we need for today, or any day really. And plus, wearing the black cement 3s today. All right, but that's another yip yap. I think for today I have a single at 7 with a 4x3 at 7. But you guys know my 3-set rule. It's if that last set is a bad decision for either deadlift or squat, just due to the nature of the intensity that I'm lifting at, we kind of either do it or don't do it, right? So at least for today, minimum 3x3. If I feel good, 4x3. I have a range at which I would like to hit today, right? For the single, a little bit more than last week would be super badass. And then for my triples, like 925 would be banger. So kind of the weight range I wish I want to be today. And then, yeah, so let's get excited. I'm gonna take a pee, and then when I come back, we're gonna start putting plate on the bar, baby. Nice, brother.
Back under the bar.
You excited?
6 weeks.
Oh, all right, guys. So, my not so good. Not as bad as it was hurting last week. Last week it was just off the rip. First warm up, it was in pain. But what kind of has me being a little cautious, it's my quad. I don't really feel it on the way up. The most that I can feel it is on the walkout with every, like when I take my left step, because it's my left quad. And then once I set up, it doesn't really bug me or inhibit me. So it is like, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to skip my single, and I'm just gonna jump to maybe like 804 for 3 and see how that feels, to be honest. I want to make sure that I prioritize the body of work that is going to help me get better. You know, like to me, like I would rather prioritize some positive working sets where it's like maybe there might be a little bit of discomfort, but as long as it's not like getting aggravated or worsening, then I mean it's a win, right? So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm probably gonna pull back a little bit on the intensity with like leg extensions, stuff like that. You know, instead of like trying to go like tempo and speed, drop the weight and just do like controlled up, controlled down, and just really focus on that recovery. I mean, you guys see like those reps look really strong. Like the control looks really good, the strength looks really good. So we'll see, man. I'm not like super pressed to go hard. You know, I can't. The thing is, like when you're going hard, you gotta know when to pull back. You can't just go hard, 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 hard. Your body's giving you a signal to pull back and then go hard anyways. You have to listen and you have to be very, very like on top of your stuff. You cannot start to have aches and pains in crucial areas and then ignore them. You gotta listen to them. So let's just see how we go, man. Maybe I just need to warm up more. Maybe after this it's gonna feel a little better, or who knows? Maybe when I try to unrack it, it's just gonna feel like dog doo doo. So let's find out. Let's just go 804, and we'll see how it feels on the way out. We'll see how it feels on the way down. If it hurts, then we're just gonna play it safe. You know, better to live to fight another day than to, you know, do something dumb and get hurt, and then all of the momentum and hard work that you've been putting into this just doesn't really work for you. So let's see what we got for today. Whew. Come on, you got 3 reps, you fucking bitch. You got 3 reps, little pussy. Come on, dig deep. Dig deep. Ignore that feeling in your stomach. Woo. Come on. Easy, come on. Go. There it is, come on. Come on. Even was that? 9:15, bro. Just in case, I don't know what I was gonna do, but I was there. I was trying to catch you like Taylor, bro. Oh, okay. All right, guys. So I ain't gonna lie. Like the fact that I'm tempoing that weight to that degree and holding this much fatigue. Woo. It just feels good, you know, because I'm dealing with some quad discomfort, and I was able to hyper specify my control to such a degree that honestly, like, I'm just happy that we get to walk out of here with the dub. 5 kilos less than I wanted to for my top set. But hey, that's still 915 pounds for 3. So we did 804 for 3, 848 for 3, 915 for 3. That's a good body of work. Good body of work. So now what we got next is gonna be some bench press. Oh shoot. I have a 5x3 at 7 to 8, so I actually have to push my my bench today a little bit more than normal, but it'll be all right. So I will, since I have 5 sets of 3, I'm probably going to count my warm-up sets as working sets, just because doing 5 sets of 3 at 7 to 8 after hitting heavy sets of 3 for squat doesn't sound very feasible or intelligent. So if I can essentially do 2 to 3 sets at 7 to 8, and maybe like my first 2 warm-up sets / working sets kind of like RP 6 or less, it kind of helps balance the equilibrium a little bit. And I think I'm probably gonna skip leg extensions today just to kind of give my legs a break. I have been pushing my accessories freaking crazy these last few blocks. Like, I've just been trying to violently move weight on my accessories. And I think that's kind of starting to catch up to me just because I'm pushing everything else so hard. And then on top of that, we went to the Poteet Festival on Saturday just for my mom's birthday weekend. So the fact that I can still move this for 3 after, you know, being in the sun for 6 hours, walking like hella miles, drinking adult beverages, you know, being dehydrated willingly. Ooh, no regrets, baby. No regrets. But all right, so enough yip yap. Let's unload the weight and get ready for some bench. Woo. All right, guys, so I'm already 3 sets in on bench. 120 for 3, 170 for 3, 190 for 3. 190 for 3 feels like 7 to 8, so I'm gonna do my last 2 sets at 190, which is 418. Woo. I'm definitely starting to feel the fatigue. I think some extra food is gonna do me really good today and tomorrow and probably Wednesday. Not like a lot, just a few. Whew. So what I'm gonna do now is, since I just did my 3rd set of bench, I have 3 sets of barbell holds, and I'm gonna just go do my 4th set of bench, come do my 2nd set of holds, do my last set of bench, come do my last set of holds. So, and then I'll be done. I'm gonna skip leg extensions today, just to give my legs a little bit more cushion before we get into Thursdays. So, woo, let's get some good holds in, huh? Woo. 3 like that will be good. I don't need to go till failure. Woo. That one felt easier than my 3rd set, but I feel more fatigued but less achy, so it's kind of a trade-off. All right, guys, so let me turn the music down a little bit. Okay, so pretty intense day today. 3 sets over 800 pounds. 1 set over 900. Um, you know, off the top of my head, I can't even remember how that 915 for 3 looked like. I just know that I had to really focus on controlling my descent to make sure that I wasn't going to shift to my left side, because the last thing that I wanted was that lateral quadricep to essentially like become agitated due to some form of compensation from a shift. So I was really just trying to control every single rep to make sure that I hit the hole symmetrically, that I hit it right down smack in the middle, so that I could essentially just like squat level. Because if I could squat level, then that means my technique is protecting myself, and that's kind of the importance of technique, right? Technique does two things: it optimizes and makes you more efficient, and it also helps keep you safe, right? Because through proper alignment, you're kind of using your body's natural biomechanics to function under load properly. So, did that, skipped my single just because I didn't really think it would be worth it if I worked up to like 900 plus, and then the risk at that particular point in time where I made my decision was, okay, I can warm up to a top single, but potentially have to sandbag my volume, which I did not want to do. I did not want to sandbag my volume. I wanted to actually focus on my volume primarily. So that is what led to my decision of skipping my single to then do 3 ascending sets from 804 all the way to 915. And then for bench has been feeling decent on squats on Mondays after squats, but today I'm naturally, I'm just very fatigued from the weekend. Like, I can just tell that my body is a little beat up from walking on Saturday. I think I did good by essentially limiting the amount of activity I did on Sunday. I just stayed home and did work all day. I did go out a little bit just to kind of give Saria some time to, do what she wanted to do without having to worry about baby. And then that was it. So very low stimulus Sunday, but again, like, my body is not accustomed to. Well, we gotta look at the variables, right? It was like 95 plus degrees on Saturday. I was drinking alcohol, and I probably wasn't eating as much food as I probably should have been. But anyways, we're still here. I'm gonna be working on my leg today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and hopefully come around Thursday, it'll feel, just essentially ready to pull some heavy weight on for deadlifts. Oh yeah, we're talking about bench, right? So bench press was okay. My knot was still kind of like hurting, but it was not hurting like, if last week was an 8 or worse, then today was like a 6 or a 7. Like, it was still definitely very uncomfortable, borderline painful, but a lot more manageable, and I was able to actually like relax my that part of my body to kind of let the knot relax a little bit. But for bench, my left shoulder just felt very fatigued. But I would rather take that like that shoulder joint fatigue over any ligament or muscular discomfort, because that just sounds a lot more scary, and it feels a lot more scary. Yeah, and then we did barbell holds. So last Friday, I actually did 100 kilos. I did 220 for 3 sets each hand. Today I did just 5 kilos less. So instead of 220, I believe it was 209, which I mean is still relatively close enough. You know, as long as I do relatively similar or the same weight, then that's progress, right? Plus, on Friday, I was holding it from an elevated position, to whereas today it was from the ground. So I think slightly more difficult variation due to the range of motion that I had to single-handedly lift the weight, right? So yeah, you know, definitely starting to get fatigued, but we know this. If we look at the data, we know that I'm probably going to hit peak fatigue on Thursday. So I might just hit bench hard Wednesday, take whatever I have there on Thursday, pull back on the leg accessories, maybe instead of hack squat, swap it out for some tempo leg extensions, and then just kind of do like more bodybuilding focused movements. You know, like take a break this week from just moving weight crazy, accessories wise, you know. Yeah, but I mean, besides that, you know, like we took what was there today and we were walking out of here maintaining the momentum, you know. We're still on track, and that is the most important thing. So I appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great week.